Hello and welcome to the Diplomatic Missile. Today I'll be taking a look at the recently released city/village builder from Shining Rock Software. This game is called Banished, and I think it takes village building back to basics and puts it on a smaller scale and makes you actually care about the people that you have instead of them just being a statistic. And if you don't take good care of them, it will punish you. You will lose frequently, your settlers will die, they'll get diseases, they'll starve. So you really need to stay on top of things, and I think it's really good. It's a nice ambient feel to it, and it starts off quite peaceful, and then it starts getting stressful and people die. Yes, very morbid. So let's get straight into this. So we have our tutorials here, which are some of the best set of tutorials I've seen in a RTS sort of game, city builder, for quite a while. And it shows you the main points of the game and what you need to learn, because it does have a bit of a learning curve to get into this. We have our achievements here. It has a long list of achievements that you can do. We have our options menu with all of our obviously options. These are all our game options, enable edge scrolling, click mouse to window. We've got our video options here. We've got audio options, UI volume, music volume, and all of that. We have our input with fully rebindable keys for people that like micromanaging and all of that stuff. And I think that's about it for this, so let's click the new game and we can choose a town name. So we can randomly generate town names. Let's keep going till we find one that's quite cool. Ludo Wycliffe, I think that'll do. And we can also random a map seed. Let's go with that one because it's got an 8 at the beginning. Don't ask why. So we've got our terrain type. We can have valleys or mountains. We have our terrain size. We can have small, medium or large. We have our climate, that's fair, mild or harsh. We have disasters on or off, and our starting condition can be hard, medium or easy. So I'm going to keep all of this the same, and I'm going to start us off in a straight standard game. Some rather lovely loading messages at the bottom there. So here we are. I'm going to press space to pause the game, and this is the world of Banished. So this is the map here, and you start off with 5 families of settlers, as you can see down here. These are our 5 families. And yeah, we have to survive in this world with not a lot. We have some iron tools, some hide coats, a few potatoes, some firewood, iron, logs and stone. And that's all we start off with. So to completely start off in this game, the first thing you're going to want to do is go down to tools and reports, and you want to open some of the statistics windows because you want to see everything. So the general statistics you want to open, so you can see how much stuff you've got, the health of your citizens and the happiness. You're going to open your professions tab, so you can globally assign professions to your citizens without having to go to the buildings. And you can, if you wish, I don't usually have it on, but you can put your event logger on. I think it's that one, yep. Put your event logger on to see what's going on. I never usually have that on because it usually comes up anyway. And it kind of restricts my screen, as these already are a bit. You can adjust the UI scale in the menu if it is too big or small for you. So the first thing we're going to want to do is clear out a nice space to be able to build. So we do that by clicking on the removal and destruction tools and going to remove resources, and we can drag a big area here for our labourers, which is everyone at the moment, to start getting rid of. So I'm going to speed this up a bit, and there we are. So as you can see, they're now going to go and mine all of this and chop down all these trees, as you can see. Unfortunately, the children don't actually do anything until they reach 10 years of age, in which they start to work. So they're not going to be part of our workforce at the moment. As you can see, they're not really doing anything. I don't think they can even carry stuff. But once they reach 10 years of age, they'll become labourers, and then you'll be able to assign them different jobs. So the first buildings we're going to want to get are some houses to house our people. So going on to the homes and housing, we can see there's 3 types of house: the wooden house, the stone house, and the boarding house. The boarding house is rather huge, but we're going to go for the wooden houses at the moment. And we're going to want to build a couple of these. Pressing R, and I think it's T, yep, R and T, rotates these houses. And because of these green arrows, it's nice and easy to see where the front is, and that becomes very handy when we are wanting to build roads. So I'm just going to place a few of these houses down, like so. And I'm also going to go to roads and get a dirt road to connect them all up, like this. So our houses are now going to be built. Well, actually they're not, because we haven't assigned... Place dirt road. There, we haven't actually assigned any builders yet. So we need 6 builders to efficiently build all these houses. But as we don't... we're going to need labourers to sort all these out. I'm going to assign 4. And now you can see that these 4 people are now going to go and... Well, maybe not. So, yep, yeah. Now they're going to start building these roads, and they're also going to start bringing resources to these houses for them to start building. So if you click on a building that's in construction, you can see what's needed. So removal, if there's trees and stuff on top of them. We have the logs that are needed, the stone that's needed, and the capacity of work done. So how much build, as it's called, that is needed to do it. So I'm going to continue to sort these labourers, sort this out. And the second thing we're going to need is food. So if we go to the food and production tab, words today. Tab. Anyway, tab, we can see we have 6 forms of food. We have our crop fields, orchards, pastures, fishing docks, hunting cabins, and gatherers' huts. Now the easiest way to get food, as I find, just starting off, is to build a gatherer's hut, which does need a fairly large amount of room to gather berries, as it does need to kind of be in a foresty place. But this clearing here looks like it seems pretty good for a gatherer's hut, so I'm going to place one there. And as we're probably going to clear all of this space out over here, but not over here, I'm going to place a gatherer's hut there, and eventually our citizens will start to go and build them. Now if we wish for them to be built immediately, we could go to this tab here and increase priority. I'm going to increase priority in these houses as they are needed more. So as you can see, the labourers are now putting the stone and logs needed into these houses, and hopefully the builders will start work on them. There we go. Builders are now starting work on them. Now our food is kind of running out drastically, so we're going to need to get these gatherers' huts set up nice and fast. So once these houses are built, we should be able to get these gatherers' huts up and assign some gatherers to start getting us food. So once you've destroyed these resources, they don't come back. Obviously there's a way of sustaining the resources with a forester lodge, and by getting a mine and a giant quarry, as you can see here. And we are also going to need a woodcutter to cut some firewood for these houses to keep people warm. The storage for logstone near capacity. So we're going to need to get some things built, otherwise they're going to get to full capacity, and that's kind of annoying. So I'm going to build another house here, because there are still some homeless people, and we don't want homeless people. It's a bad thing. See, look, the people with the houses above their heads mean they're homeless, and we only have 3 houses. Hopefully our builders will start to go and build these gatherers' huts, as it looks like they are. I'm also going to build some dirt roads going from the gatherers' huts to the city or village. So there we are, I've built a dirt road there, and I can also connect the dirt road up to this gatherer's hut, like so. So that gives our builders a lot of time, a lot of stuff to be building. And because we've got a fair amount of resources, I increase the builder capacity. And I'm also going to highly prioritise this gatherer's hut down here, so everyone starts getting to work on it. Now we've got a full capacity of stockpile here, so I'm going to build another stockpile behind it by going to the storage, and that's a stockpile. I can assign another stockpile, a 3x3, and I can also assign one behind it, like so. So we've got a couple more stockpiles now. Now resources do run out quite quickly, so we're going to need to stay on top of that. But for now, I think getting some gatherers' huts down to keep our villagers fed is the right thing to do. So it appears that this is being built fairly quickly. It should be done quite soon, and we can assign some gatherers. If we click on each of our houses, we can see the people that live in them. So we have a child of 7 here, and a child of 6, and a child of 9. So this person is about to become a labourer once he hits 10. Or she, is that he or she? That's a he. I think that's a, yeah, it is a he. Male and female signs. Anyway, so once they hit 10, they will become a labourer, and you can assign them to a new job. Now we're going to need another source of food, I think. So once this is being cleared out, I think I will start to grow an orchard, so we can get some fruit trees growing. And if I didn't click that button, that would help. So this is still being cleared out by our labourers. I'm going to clear out another part there, just so they have even more stuff to do. Now it looks like our gatherers' huts are now done, so I'm going to assign some gatherers and disassign some builders. I have 2 gatherers in there, and once this gatherer's hut is done, I'll assign... Actually, I'll assign 2 more gatherers, so now we only have 2 labourers, which is perfectly fine because we have large amounts of resources. As you can see, they're filling up all of our stockpiles, except that one. So this house is nearly complete, and the reserve of food is low, so these gatherers really need to start working. I'm going to slow the game speed down a little bit here. And I'm going to set up an orchard. So I think over here will be a nice place to set up an orchard. I think a 12 by 8 orchard. And we can also, once we've got the orchard in place, we can select the type of fruit tree. And we only have pears at the moment. And we can assign some orchard workers. And that means we do only have 1 labourer now, which is perfectly fine, because we have a lot of resources. And we still have some homeless people, so I'm going to set up yet again another house, and that will allow us to have more houses. Now, hopefully these gatherers' huts are built. This one doesn't look like it is built yet. No, it's because they're still doing that, so I'm going to highly prioritise that, as we do need the food. As you can see, we are losing food rapidly. So I've got 4 out of 4 gatherers here. Should be able to spot them doing their gathering work. That's a builder. See if we can spot them. Looks like down there is one of their baskets. So there's some quite nice details in this game. Gives it much more depth. Like the resources will always be lying around, like that basket there. All of the crops will be individual once these farmers start to go and farm. Or, is that a word? Yes, it is. In the right context, I'm not too sure. So hopefully this will soon be built. Looks like they're removing everything at the moment. So the builders are removing all of the stone and trees above it. But I hope that's sorted soon, because we are running out of food, and I don't think this is good enough to sustain. So they're now building the orchard. Well, I still don't think there's going to be enough food for everyone. So I'm going to build a fishing dock back here, if I can fit one in. There we go, fishing dock. And I will build the dirt road up to here. Now, one of the hardest things I've found in this game is the amount of people you need to run your specific jobs. So instead of everyone just being one job, or like 2 or 3 jobs, you need people to be all of these jobs, and that's quite hard sometimes. Now, is this gatherer's hut built yet? No, so why are they building that? I increased priority on this, damn it. I've increased even more priority on it. But it looks like they're still going to build this. And we have 60 stored food. Here we go. There's 2 more people are housed in this. And what does that say there? It's probably the reserve of food is low, isn't it? No, it's firewood. That's a problem. So already we've already got some problems with our city or village. So we're going to need to get a woodcutter. And the woodcutter only needs 1 person, so I'm just going to build a woodcutter there. And that does mean we're going to need some more builders. For some reason my professions tab is closed. And the builders, we could ideally need 8. But hopefully they're going to actually start building that now, as I've increased priority on it. It looks like they are. And we don't have a lot of stored food left. Now this gatherer's hut is working its hardest by the looks of things. But hopefully it will continue to gather. Now these these orchard men or farmers are hoeing away this orchard, trying to get as much food out of it as possible. And we have a lot of resources. It's just food by the looks of things that we need. As this gatherer's hut being built, I'm going to speed time up a little bit to 5%. Hopefully our food doesn't go down too rapidly. On 22 food at the moment, and now 11 food, and soon I expect 0 because we only have 11 mushrooms. And looks like there's some more food about to be deposited. There we go. Some roots from this gatherer's hut. Looks like there's some more in there. So now we have 200 food. Looks like the haul has come in. But it is early autumn. And soon the harsh winter will be on. So once that gatherer's hut is built, they will start work on the woodcutter, which we're going to need quite quickly. Because these people are going to run out of firewood to keep them warm otherwise. So as you can see, we already have problems in this village, and it's not even been our first year yet. We've had problems with food, with firewood, not actually with resources this time, because we appear to have a lot, because these labourers have been working tirelessly cutting these down. It's mainly been food and firewood at the moment, which are probably one of the most important things, especially food, obviously. So now this gatherer's hut has only got 2, but this one has now got 2, so they can gather over a much wider area. It doesn't look like they're overlapping either, so that makes it even better. And this woodcutter looks like it should be built quite soon. And the new supply of food from the gatherer's hut has now been deposited. So it looks like we've kind of stabilised on the food situation a bit. And there appears to be quite a lot of wild game also running around, so we can get a hunting cabin. So as you continue to build your city up, or village up, you have to maintain its economy, make sure everyone has a job, and usually there's not enough people to fit the jobs. So you can build wells, there's fires, disasters, floods, there's a schoolhouse, a hospital, there's disease, a town hall, so you can have census data, you can have a chapel, you can build cemeteries, like so. You can get a tavern, you can brew alcohol, you can get a tailor, so you can make clothes. Now it's got to winter, or late autumn. Looks like the woodcutter is about to be complete. There we go. So I'm going to assign 1 woodcutter, and they will start chopping wood immediately, I hope, because we're going to need it. Now, iron tools wise, we only have 26, so I think a blacksmith is next on the agenda. So I'm going to build a blacksmith right here. No, can't do that. Can I fit it in between? Can't do that either. What about up here? I think a blacksmith right there will do. Now, what did that say? Probably there is over firewood. Nope, that's food. Yeah, it's not too bad. 340. Looks like the gatherer's huts are working quite efficiently. And we have 2 labourers, as one of the children must have grown up. Luckily, we still have homeless people, though. That's a problem. So we're going to need another house. I think I should be able to fit a house in here, like so. And that'll give the builders some stuff to do, other than build the blacksmith. I think I will increase priority on the blacksmith, though, as it is needed. This should be being built. We seem to have quite a few resources, but we are going to need to get some renewable, sustainable resources in the times to follow. So we can build a forester lodge, which will plant new trees and new saplings, but it does require quite a lot of space. And I found that if it's quite near a gatherer's hut, or overlapping in the region of it, it seems to produce quite a bit of food. So it looks like this needs 32 logs, and we have plenty of logs and stone. So I'm going to build that there, and the builders will get to work on it as soon as they're done with the blacksmith. Blacksmith is 50% complete, needs some more iron by the looks of things, which we have plenty of. And there's still things to be got by our gatherers, as we have 2. And now this has got fully stocked materials, we just need the builders to set to work on it. Our guy with the firewood should be working. We'll be able to see him in a minute, or her. There we go, chopping firewood. So it's like little details like that, you can see the buildings working. I think this is a really nice ambient game that appears to take things back to basics, but I just realised this fishing dock isn't complete yet either, is it? Completely forgot about that. That takes things back to basics, or appears to, but it's actually quite complicated and quite difficult at times to maintain a sustainable economy in a wilderness with basically nobody else around. The reserve of firewood is low. So how much firewood do we have? 20. It's not that much, but our firewood logger appears to be as much as possible. Now we need one blacksmith, so I'm going to make one blacksmith. We only have one labourer, so let's check the houses again and see if there are any children. Yep, there's one about to be a labourer. That one's 7, that's nearly there. So we're about to get one more labourer, which will be nice. Hopefully this fishing dock will be built soon. I think I'm going to highly prioritise that, or are they already doing that? They're builders, so they're already going for it. That's good. So hopefully that'll be built soon. We can get even more resources. I think once we've got a sustainable economy going, I'm going to end the video. I think we've been playing this for a while now. Looks like our orchard has been working well. It appears to have got a harvest in. I think it's managed to eat all of its harvest already. It is only early spring though. Is the fishing dock complete? It's almost complete. So I'm going to highly prioritise that for our builders. And as soon as I've highly prioritised, there's already a builder there. And there should be another one coming along soon. I'm just going to watch this go up. Builder working tirelessly on our own. Get this fishing dock built in time. And there we go. The fishing dock is up. So I'm going to assign our last 2 labourers to become fishermen. Our orchard is growing well. It looks like a blacksmith is open, making tools for everyone. It's just about to get a new deposit of iron. And now they're picking up tools. There we go, new deposit of iron. The logger is working well. The forestry hut is about to be complete. The gatherers are keeping us with sustainable resources. And this village has a good future with times to come. So this has been an overview or a review or a thing of Banished, the new village builder by Shining Rock Software, and it appears to take you back to basics, but really has a strong learning curve, and you will die a lot, and you need to play it quite a lot to get good at it and make your settlers survive for the indefinite future. So I've been the Diplomatic Missile, and thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.